Welcome to ruralvacantland.com. This is Luke Smith, and we do this live feed every Monday morning at 9 a.m. And the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about sending out mail, sending out cash offers to buy land. And so we make cash offers, send them out in the mail, and say this is how much we're willing to pay for your land. And then people get back to us and either sell us the land or don't. And that's where the land comes from that goes up on ruralvacantland.com. And so we get a bunch of properties, usually good price properties, and usually the cheapest ones in the market. And you can go, browse through them, take a look at them, see if those are the right ones for you, and run with them if you're interested in that. Or you could copy and go mail cash offers, go buy land too. You can learn bits and pieces along the way as you watch, follow along. There's a lot more detail in how to go do this kind of particular purchase of land or real estate at landacademy.com, where I learned a lot about this. And so I'm learning by teaching and sharing and improving my ways along the way and going from there. So let's jump into it. I got a couple things pulled up on my screen. I'm going to hit some buttons here, see if I can make it a little bit better. And I wanted to share with you. So the last couple weeks, I gave away some mailers. I gave away 500 mailers per week the last 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I think it's 3 weeks in a row. I think this will be the fourth. I might be the fifth. And what it is, I've been giving away 500 mailers, and so I pay for the mail. It costs me a couple $100 in data and postage and a lot of time to figure out what pricing to put into those letters and where to send those letters. And I spent a lot of time and energy trying to figure that out. And I've learned a lot doing this over the last 3 years, of sending out cash offers to different people's properties. It's a lot of, it's you learn by making mistakes, right? So I'm like, I'm not going to make that mistake again or that mistake again. And you learn and get better. Hopefully I'm getting better at this. And so these 500 mailers that I give away are my history, my education, my background on doing this, and then my office will answer the calls and we'll evaluate the deals, and I'll try to finance them as best I darn well can. And if all that goes right and we actually buy the property and sell the property for a profit, then I give away the half the profits on that from those mailers. Half of it for doing all the work and making it happen. Now, if you want to just buy some of those mailers, I've got it open in the link in the description down below. There's a link you can click on to go buy 1,500 mailers for $1,500 if you wanted to buy some, and I'll do those. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time because I only got so much capacity to do so many mailers. So you can buy a couple of those, and I'll do the same thing. I'll do all the scrubbing, data migration, merging everything of pricing, where, and financing the deals that come back in, and marketing them and selling them if we can get them sold, and give you half the profits on those deals. So half of what I'd get out of them after financing costs if I use other people's money to finance them, right? So yeah, there's the picture. So we've sent these mail out. The first couple sets of mailers went out. The first 2, maybe 3 people that won 500 mailers went out. I'd have to check my spreadsheets to check for sure, but I got a couple of them in there, and then a couple people that bought mailers. I didn't get all the mail out that they paid for, but I got kind of 2/3 of it out, and I'll bounce the rest over into the next mailers to get a little bit more diversification of what they're mailing. And so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the screen and I'm going to start showing some properties that came back. And so this is one that's not on ruralvacantland.com. It's not for sale. This is one that I've got the paperwork on to buy if I wanted to go for it. And this particular one is okay, he didn't accept the price that I offered, but he accepted about, I'm gonna leave the pricing out of this until it's like totally signed off. But he accepted about 50% more than the price that I offered. There's back tax of $447. It's 3.38 acres, and it's I'll pull it up in a couple screens. It's in San Diego County. So this is San Diego County. This is Interstate 15 right here. And the 15's going right by it. And there's a road, Lawrence Welks Drive. There's a big golf course community and stuff on the other side of the road. These are pretty sparse mountains. There's a water tank up the hill here, so it's saying there's some good topography there. And I'll show you where we're at in the world. So we're in San Diego. This is the southwesternmost corner of the United States. Here's Mexico. Here's Los Angeles. San Diego's down here. This is in between San Diego and Los Angeles. 15 goes up the north backside of San Diego all the way up to Las Vegas. And so you've got these neighborhoods filling in, and they're encroaching, and some of these hills here left are not developed, and right next to the freeway is not developed because people don't want to hear the noise, right? And so I pulled it up in this other screen, this other software, and it's 3.38 acres. This is a lot of money. This is a lot more money than I have available to just pay for this thing and give it a try. I don't have that kind of money to pay for this one. Just give it a try. But it's got like some wash action going in here. Like this thing's got to look really good for me to go try to raise the money for it. I'm sure I could raise the money for it if I really set my mind to it, but I don't want to stake myself on this one. It looks like there's a telephone pole and maybe a mailbox there, and it just all looks like wash topography-ness. And there's what happened? One too many. Yeah, look at that. Just all topography. So we got power line, paved road, and topography. I think we could do street view on here maybe. See if we can get the street view to work. Hopefully you guys can see this on the screen. It's keeping up. See if the comments are going by. A bunch of people saying hi, good morning, hello everybody. No, you didn't tune in too late. I started a couple minutes early. Yeah, you started early. I never know if I'm gonna have technical difficulties starting this stuff up. I just want to get it going. Dan Potke says hi, Luke. Shelby Land Deals, good morning. Bunch of familiar guys. Kurt Butterfield. Thanks everyone for chiming in, taking a look at this. Charles Telefero says, got the deed, yay, for the land I won. Thanks again. Good deal. Yeah, so I'm processing paperwork as fast as I can go. Right now, I'm really stalling out on a lot of stuff because I'm focusing on taxes. I got to get a lot of tax stuff out to different people on different investments and things. I'm scrambling to get tax stuff out. It's going as fast as I can. So we got snow here in Michigan. Nice. Been looking for full-time RV land that's not preferably in the desert. Not preferably in the desert. I mean, I've got some in Shasta County right now that are like 1 acre, lots of big trees. You can drive right up to them. I think 1 or 2 of them might even have a driveway. You can drive right in there. The snow's probably breaking from that land, and it's probably springtime and just beautiful going on right now in Shasta County, Northern California. People live around the area in RVs full-time. Jovi says, I know exactly where that lot is off of Lawrence Welk. Yeah. So I don't care if you go steal this deal, because I mean, I'm looking at this thing and the topography looks crazy. To me, the topography is crazy on it. And I'm trying to get a street view and it's not working. Let's look at it in Google Earth or Google Maps. I don't think people like to share their deals like this because someone could take off with them, but I really don't think you guys are gonna. And there's a really good deal. I'll close it faster than you have time to do anything about it. So I'm not that worried. Okay, so it's got this weird like ditch thing. Oh yeah, look at that topography. Like water comes in, gets caught by the ditch, gets focused somewhere. I mean, it's just, I don't think this is really usable land. Like, you're gonna have to get creative and dump a lot of money. Like, you can't get a real driveway in there. Maybe you do some Swiss Alps kind of switchbacks in there. I don't know. Okay, Gopher Canyon. This is before Gopher Canyon Road. That's under the sign for Gopher Canyon Road, but it's just big hills. I mean, there's some houses back in there where it gets a little flatter, but geez, man, I don't. And for the prices we're talking about, I mean, I'm not saying the price on here, but yeah, I mean, count me out. Oh, look at the mountains in there. But this is San Diego, right? So you got to give it a chance. Like San Diego, people pay crazy for this stuff. Okay, we're on the wrong side of the freeway, but it's going to be back in that hole over there. Let's see if I can get to the other freeway and do street view on the other side of the freeway. Internet's running kind of slow because got so much stuff going on. Okay, this doesn't look as topography challenge as it did from the other pictures. There's the yeah, I still don't know what to say about it. I'm not gonna buy it. It's just not. It's not my kind of thing. Almost looks like somebody built a driveway in there. Maybe that's not a waterway. Maybe it's a driveway. So I get these deals back, and then I scratch my head and I scratch my head. Where's the driveway? From here, it doesn't look like a driveway. That's really weird. Maybe someone built something recently. Look at that, because it's like, that looks like a turnoff with a sign and stuff, right? From this angle, from the satellite view, it doesn't look like anything. What if we get street view over here? It's a major street. You'd think there'd be street view over here. I don't know. Maybe it deserves a drive-by at least. Because one view looks like a driveway. This doesn't. But it's too much money. Let's move on to the next deal. So also got this one. It's the beauty of sending out these kinds of offers. You get all kinds of acceptances, and you don't have to take them all. Just give me a sec here. I got logged out. My browser just updated, so none of my passwords are in there. Okay, so that. Let's get. Did I bring it up? I think we're gonna get to that one. This might be. Let's see if this is this one. Sorry for the dead air, guys. This is doing land deals. It's a lot of clicking around trying to find the land. I mean, it could be out in a car trying to find it, but I'm trying to find it on the computer and look at it from every different possible way without getting in the car. I swear my chair didn't make this kind of noise before the call. All of a sudden it starts squeaking, or maybe this is what I realize it does. Okay, so this is some ugly dirt here. Let's zoom out and see where we're... Okay, yeah, so this is... I already had this one pulled up. I'm interested in this one. I looked up this one some in the past. This is on Route 8, so I'll zoom out, show you where we're at in the map. We're in San Diego County again. San Diego County, or San Diego over here. This is 8, goes out the backside of San Diego, and it goes over towards Phoenix, right? So there's Alpine. It's behind Alpine. It's before the Viejas Casino, if you know the area. There's a turnoff here on the freeway. I don't know what the road's called. Willows Road, I guess. And it's the property right at the end, so there's a bunch of it's a bunch of land right at the freeway exit. I got it pulled up on this one. And it's got the size on here is 9.74 acres. It's like 10 acres. And the price on this one seems a lot more attractable than the price on the last one. And I mail out these, what I think are, you know, I'd be happy to buy pretty much anything in the area at these prices. Let's see what comes back. So we got Southern Indian Health Council. I mean, this is all like, this is government land around. It's all reservation land around it. I mean, this is private property here. This is private property here. But I mean, it's reservation up the hill and it's reservation to the east. It's the Viejas Indian Reservation. Viejas Valley. These guys just paid, I think it was $6 million to put their name on the college, you know, San Diego State University arena that's down the hill from here. Call it Viejas Arena. Just to get the name on there. It's kind of marketing. They've been making some pretty good money. I mean, it's a pretty successful Indian tribe here with the land right on the freeway. So this land is right next to the freeway. It's next to all what's going on in the Indian reservation. And I think we can do street view easier on this one. Yeah, look at this. We got street view all over the place. Well, I end up right under the freeway. It's about the only place you can't see it from. But yeah, so we can, if you drive up here, San Diego one way and, I don't know, El Centro or something out the other way, there's a hill up behind it. That's Indian reservation. But this stuff in front of it with the power line, the roads going up to it. I mean, this part of it looks pretty hilly right against the road. People are putting their signs up there for avocados and the fruit stand and stuff. Kind of looks like a for sale sign. I wonder if it's been for sale for a while. So whenever these pictures were taken, this thing might have been for sale. Might still be up for sale. Maybe they've been trying to sell it forever. No one wanted it for whatever reason. I didn't see that for sale sign when I was looking at it before. Wonder if that's the same property. It probably is. There's so it looks like it's easier to access over here and get into the property than over here. It's just a big hill, but it goes back a ways. But you have like good parking. I mean, you could bring semi trucks and stuff in here and access this property. And seems like you could build something over there. I wanted to look into the zoning and see what the zoning allows. See if it allows like a, I don't know, a gas station or a liquor shop or a, you know, car mechanic place or like some business more than just a house. But if it's just a house, it's like looking at the freeway. If the zoning lets some businesses happen in there, I mean, you got all kinds of traffic going by to sell stuff to. I mean, it looks like you even got your own bus stop right on the edge of the property. I mean, it looks like it's a good place to do business. So I want to look into the zoning on this one. If I can figure out the use of it, I think I'll go for this one. Whoever got the mailer on this make some money off of it. Hopefully, if I can pull it all off and everything works right. So I think this one looks good. I don't know if you guys got anything to say about it, but I think it's the use. It's hill. But this side looks easier to get at. Go drive in here. Okay, so I want to make this fast because it's spring break and there's a bunch of kids coming over at like 9:30, so it's probably get really loud then. So let's try another one. This one. So I do these mailers, people start calling back, and a lot of people have been yelling. The first people to get the mailers usually just start yelling at you and say, no, 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 you're crazy, everything else. This one's in the middle of some orchards. There's a bunch of avocados and citrus. I was talking to the guy here. He said his house is next door, and it's, you know, he said he'd give me a tour and everything, and he's ready to go if I'm ready to go. And so I pulled it up here. I think it's topography mess. And this one's still spinning its wheels. Yeah, this chair got really loud all of a sudden. let's check out some comments while we're waiting for this thing to load. So guys going by, Jovi's saying, I know where that one is too. I know, right? Being on that exit is ideal for commercial, is what Andrew says. Yeah, I know. I would love to have it if it's commercial. So I got to go do some more research and figure it out. That's land deals. It's a lot of research. Talk to the county. See what I can figure out. Backwoods Bungalow is saying, looks like a storm soak away for the interstate. Yeah, I think that other one is just like water, where the water goes, just going to be a mess. Like trying to do anything with it's going to be a mess. Guy says, hi, I'm Jose. I've been trying to contact you for some time now. When you get a chance, need to talk. Okay, maybe if you could put a question there, or go for it. Or if I'm trying to get my taxes done so hard right now, trying every minute I got, I'm trying to do taxes. Jovi says there's not really much around it. Yeah, Corey says, thank you for the response. We'll check out Shasta County. Hope to buy soon. Yeah, there's Shasta County, those properties. You can totally RV those things. Lance Sister says, gotta love tax time. Yeah, I know. And I do these partnerships with guys. Some of them have been wildly successful. Some of them are just kind of bouncing along. And it's even more tax. I'm responsible for getting the tax stuff ready for other people. Skyway says, where in San Diego County is it? I'll research that one, especially if it's one of my mailers, Andrew W. Yeah, so this one, so Andrew's asking if it's one of his mailers. Let me see whose mailer this is. It's one of Roy's mailers. Roy got that one. If you're watching, Roy. Okay, so this next one, let's see if this next one is loading. So Roy got the one by the freeway exit, which I think is residential, because I was looking at zoning says R1 in this database, which is not always right. I'm going to go research it some more. And someone else is asking where it was. So it's just south of Viejas, like the Willows Drive, just south of Viejas off the 8, past Alpine, between Alpine and Viejas. So I'm trying to get this next one up. This next one is here in between some houses. This one's off the 76 out in Pala Valley. So if we zoom out here, here's the 76 going by. Here's Puma Indian Reservation, Puma Valley. Maybe I said Puma, I was saying Pala. But here's Pala Indian Reservation. So it's between Pala and Puma. Here's Pala Valley. So it's past Pala Valley. Here's a 15 over here. The house that we bought, it's over here. And there's 76 goes down this way. And I live down, where the heck is it? Down here in Encinitas. So this one's up and out. It'd probably take an hour and a half to get out here in normal traffic if I didn't go in the middle of the night. But so just a bunch of avocado trees. People are cutting the avocado trees down because the water costs too much for the avocados you get out of them now. Mexican avocados have hammered on the price, and water prices have gone up. So you get double whammy. So people are giving up these kinds of properties, these avocado properties, where they used to keep them to sell the avocados. The avocados help pay tax on their property and stuff. Now they're just not working. Okay, let's see here. You can hear the chickens in the background. This is not loading. So for whatever reason, Parcelfax being slow with me. But I was looking at this one before, and it's some funky topography. It's like low stuff going on in here. And like there's a driveway up top. It looks like the driveway runs this property line. If the map is, maybe the map's been around a little bit. There might be a flatter spot up here that might be usable, but then it drops into wash going down. So I wanted to study that one some more. And look at that one closer. We'll see if I can get what's the next one up here. So this one, those last two guys accepted my price. That first one down in the wash, I offered 101,000 and he wanted 150,000 for 3.8 acres where the water goes. I'll share the prices because I walk away from it. But if you want to own where the water goes next to the freeway, guy's willing to sell it for 150 grand. Probably the cheapest land in the area. So what is this one? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna skip this one too. So this one I offered 251 grand, and the guy came back and said he'll take 350 grand, and he's got like 9 of them. So he's got a bunch of these properties. And so this is in Cielo. This is in the backside of Rancho Santa Fe. So here's Rancho Santa Fe. This is one of the most expensive zip codes in the country. I think there's one zip code in Florida that's more expensive, but they got like 20 houses or something. Rancho Santa Fe has like 3,500 or 4,000. And, for the prices that they support on average across the zip code, the place is crazy. There's some really nice horse trails to go through, lots of it. And my wife has a horse barn south down, I'm not sure exactly where, but you get on the horse trails there and you go through like Bill Gates property and stuff, and it's you can see the back sides of these properties from the horse trails. So if you're riding horses through the trails and you can see into the properties, they're amazing. Just like the kinds of places they build. But what's happened the last couple of years is prices in Rancho Santa Fe have been stagnant and prices on the beaches have gone up. So people have been going after smaller, older houses on the beaches, scraping them and building bigger houses on the same lot. Lots of times 2 units, like a granny flat or something that they can rent out closer to the beach, and to help the economics. And so the prices of the beach have been flying, and these neighborhoods out here in the back where you build these like $2, $3, $4, $5 million houses, like starter homes, right, are they're not as hot as they used to be in like the 90s and 2000s. Before the 2008 crash, these things were flying. So now there's a bunch of empty lots left in some of these neighborhoods. Like, look at this neighborhood. You've got these mongoloid-sized mansions. I mean, big, beautiful things. And up in the hills, some of them have views of the ocean and stuff. And then you've got empty lots. Like, people scrape lots in here to go make a killing off of and try to sell them for whatever. And they're not filling in, at least not when the satellite photos are taken. They might be now, but not as fast as people were planning. And so this lot isn't even scraped in yet. And they've got numerous ones. It goes down to a creek, and it looks like it's the same name on a bunch of these. So they got a bunch of them next to each other. You could probably... Oh yeah, look at that. So it's all the same... It's all the same owner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so he's got 9 lots. 9 lots with a street going in there. And you could, go scrape them and sell them like these other ones down here that are set and ready to go. Or merge them together or sell them off separately or whatever. But lots in the area here. I mean, I was looking at sale comps, and this guy's asking more than what I offered. I just don't think the margins are there to make it work. And it's a lot of money to play with, so it's not happening. This next one, I think this one was kind of weird access. Yeah, let me see if I can get this to come up in parcel fact. Let me see if I'm missing questions too. This guy was like Boulevard. Well, at least they're not in Arkansas. Yeah, but I like the new studio. When did this happen? Yeah, so it's This is actually my kids' treehouse. I built this treehouse for my kids, and they're not using it, so turned it into a studio. Um, so please type in each APN in the chat so we can follow. These deals aren't like totally closed, and so I kind of wanted to be a little. I didn't want to make it too easy to go run with them. Skyway saying Honduran squatters living in those vacant mansions. LOL. Yeah. Land Wrangler. I sent out mail last week, getting ready for some angry phone calls. Nice. Yeah. So when the calls hit, especially if they hit on like a Friday, you usually get a lot of hate mail. People tell you a lot of dirty language that it's not proper for the kids and stuff. And so if you get through that, I don't know why people get so angry about someone making a cash offer on their property. To me, it should be a compliment. It's like somebody likes what you have and they're willing to buy it from you. You don't have to like the price. I mean, it's like credit card offers, right? I don't like getting a lot of credit card offers in the mail, but it's nice that they offer, that people are out offering money. Even if the rates are, I don't know, above 20% or whatever. I haven't seen those in a long time, but people mail out these really awful credit card offers with lots of nasty fees and everything, and I'm sure people sign up for them or else they wouldn't keep sending them out. And if you don't like them, you just throw them away. You don't call the credit card company and yell at them, do you? But when it comes to land, these people call and they yell because I don't think they're used to getting offers on their land. Yeah, backwoods bungalow. Agree. High price and doubtful margin. I mean, maybe if they would have taken the price that I initially mailed at, the math would make sense. But if they're coming back at higher prices than I mailed at, then I've already done the math on it. So they're cutting the margin by raising the price and making it not happen. But yeah, so just saying hilarious about the people calling back and yelling about their land. It is. I mean, they take the time and energy. I mean, they'll write letters back and they'll all kinds of stuff. I mean, some of them reach out to the attorney general. I've had letters and comments and stuff from the attorney general at some of the different states, and they're like, what are you doing? I got to check up on you, or their church or their sheriff or their whoever. And it's like, I'm just making a cash offer on the land. No hard feelings. They say, okay, I understand. Just have to check and then move on, right? Not doing anything illegal. It's just not so American culture to make an unsolicited cash offer on somebody's asset. And for whatever reason, ParcelFact's not working for me. Let's try to reload this thing, see if I can get this next property. So this next property that I wanted to show is, here's Phelps Corner, Skyline Truck Trail. Here's Hamul. So it's out past Hamul. It's east of Hamul. It's south of Alpine, back in the woods. It's north of the border. It's north of the border here. San Diego's over here. So if you take the 94 out to Hamul and then take Lyons Valley Road that turns into Skyline Truck Trail, take out Lawson Valley Road, you start getting closer, but not to the property. So I think the problem with this one is access. So I need to dig in, like there's no proper roads to this one. So I got to go dig into the files and see if I could find some easements or some maps and stuff. And I pulled up plat map. There's no help on the plat map. I pulled up the most basic deeds, and there's no reference to easements anywhere that I could find. I should pull up the deeds to the parent property if I go back in history. I mean, it looks like this stuff here is probably the parents to it. The way the lines are running. This looks like it's coming from somewhere else, but it looks like it's coming from over here. So if I go look at the deeds in all these neighboring lots, maybe one of these neighboring lots left an easement in there to this one, or maybe it's the same owner. And I could draw one up off the guy, but I don't even think it's the same owner anywhere. I'm pretty sure I checked that. So I just got to spend some more time poking around, see if I could find access to this one. But even if I got access, it looks like it's hilly, hills and rocks. There might be some flat stuff in here. Neighbor doing a spread over here on Looney Lane. Yeah. So San Diego's got a lot of landlocked properties in it. they were created way back when, and nobody put access in there. I mean, it didn't matter as much back in the day with like horses, but when it comes to cars, it matters a lot more about getting access. So that one might be dead in its tracks because of access. So talking about people yelling and getting mad off of these mailers, I mean, it usually starts, the knee-jerk reaction is people that are like negative. And then as the response comes in over time, people that are just starting doing mailers, making the first call or two, or the first send out or two, will get really discouraged and downtrodden by answering those phone calls and talking to people that tell them how stupid they are and ugly and every other bad word and horrible they are at making a $30,000 offer on their $3 million property or whatever, right? And the guy next door calls them back 2 months later, a month later, and says, "Oh, thank you. I could use that $30,000 like no tomorrow. And, how fast can we close?" And that discrepancy in prices between what people are willing to sell at and what people think it's worth is huge in land and real estate and lots of assets. But land I think is especially astonishing to see the spreads on. So as we can buy some of this stuff and then go sell it, I want to brag about those numbers to you guys and show you the full circle of these kinds of deals. So right now we're on the front end of people yelling and getting mad, and the people that are accepting are the weird properties. And so I think a lot of other people that do mailers, they buy some of the weird properties because they're like, "Oh wow, yes, this is the first one that comes in, yippee yippee yippee," the first acceptance. But I mean, that's where your capital usually goes out, and you blow out your capital, and then the good deals come in, the best stuff comes in, then the awesome stuff comes in when you're really 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 out of money and you got no more firepower. And so I like to look at these things and compare and contrast. And the best way to do that is to send out a lot of mail. And doing a lot of mail at one time allows me to compare and contrast lots of different deals. If I send out a small mailer, I just get a couple deals, and I don't know if I'm buying the dirty uglies, the ones that don't work so well, that nobody else wants to buy from me, or if I'm buying the best of the best. I might get lucky. I might just be making a mistake. But I think it's much more of a business decision when you get a whole bunch of them and you can compare and contrast a bunch of different deals at the same time to get good stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a good stack of deals here. And I look at a lot of deals like this, and I skip them and I pass and I don't buy them. Yeah, that's just part of the game. So I think there's one more here I wanted to look up. But I think I might be out of time. So let me go back to ruralvacantland.com. This is where all the properties end up. So as we buy these properties, there's a couple other guys on the website. Some of them are here in the live call, buying properties, putting them up for sale on ruralvacantland.com. So by showing you this process, you get an idea where these properties come from. And then you stop asking the question of, why is this thing so cheap? It's so cheap because we can go buy more. And so this first property that's up for sale right now, Castilla County, Colorado, quarter acre, $499. 10 acres in Pinal County, Arizona, $99,000. Okay. I think that might be one of mine. Not exactly sure. Pima County, just over 1 acre. I got to get that one priced. That's one of mine too. 10 acres, Castilla County, Colorado, $4,697. Hernando, Florida, $7,900. Humboldt County, California, $74,000. Oh, this was a beautiful property. I'm trying to go fast, but I can't pass showing you this one. I've got the photo guy up here. He said it was a trip of a lifetime. You ever seen that movie Murder Mountain? Yeah, so this is right in the middle of that, and the guys up there are growing massive marijuana operations. I hear this is like where 80% of the marijuana in the U.S. comes from. And this property is right in the middle of it. We've got greenhouses all around it. It's a south-facing slope, 10 acres with a road that goes right up to it. So you can drive right up there, and there's a bunch of checkpoints by the locals on the way up there with big guns. So you got to go in there. You got to know the local style of business to get in and out of there. But these are all marijuana grows. I mean, super professional, climate controlled kind of marijuana grows, like total commercial kinds of operations. And then there's some burnout ones that aren't. But like this kind here, you know, like neighbor really going for it, knowing what they're doing, making money off of it year after year. Nobody's taking them out of business. This is Humboldt County. This is southeastern Humboldt County. Alder Point, just right there. It's like the center of it. So $74,000 just got listed, 10 acres, Humboldt County. Cheapest one in the area by far. 2 acres of Texas, $14,000. 6.5 acres in Washington, $24,900. Castilla County, $169 down. $69 a month for 36 months. Here we go. Castilla County, $499 down. And the list goes on and on and on. Let's make sure I get the for sale ones. Donna Ana County, New Mexico. Castilla County, Colorado. Pinal. Hernando, Florida. Humboldt. It's the same ones we're just talking about. New ones keep coming on and ones keep leaving. So we've got the cheapest land out there in lots of different areas, and you can go pick through it, cherry pick your favorite stuff. Fremont County, Colorado, in the trees, $14.99. So then we start getting into properties I was showing last week. We've got like maybe 15 properties that came up for sale in the last week that haven't been sold. They're still up for sale. And so that's where a lot of these deals end up as they've gone through the whole mail cycle, and we end up buying things and getting them all vetted and ready to go. They're on the website for sale. So if you would like 500 free mailers for me to go do for you, I'm going to have you answer a little question, and I'm going to try to pull it up here on the screen so you guys can see it. I'm going to give away some mail. So I got to get off this call because the kids are all coming. I'm surprised they're not here yet. And it's just going to be too loud. Backwoods Bungalow saying, it's interesting that there is land available in California. Arkansas land is cheap but remote. Yeah, and we got land all across the country. The California stuff, people just tend to pay cash for. It makes it a lot easier to sell it. And a lot of this stuff, really far backwoods, I do a lot of terms deals on, which I do both of, right? So doing some California deals, mixing California deals in there, it allows me to do more of the backwoods deals too. So let's see if I can answer a question, ask a question. Okay, so we talked about a bunch of deals today that we got off a mailer. So I want to ask that the seventh person, I'm writing seventh down. I'm going to count 7 people out. So 7 answers. You can answer as many times as you want. So the seventh one to answer this, I'll give you 500 free mailers, and you can win before. It could be same person who won last week or the week before. You could work for me, with me, whoever answers. I don't care. It's too hard to keep track of all the restrictions. So I'm going to ask, what county do we do these last mailers in? They're all the same county. We're researching properties in this county a bunch this morning, the same county that I live in. So if you type out that county in the chat, the 7th person to answer that name of the county, I'll give away 500 free mailers. And I want to say thank you to everybody that's listening, watching, and playing along. And I have a lot of fun doing this. And I think that just should carry it through. And I can't wait to take some of these deals full circle live like this and show you. So I think we got a bunch of people answering here, a whole bunch of people answering. So Andrew W. said that's 1. Jason Macy, 2. Jeffrey Dace, 3. Dave Tassiet, 4. Backwoods Bungalows, 5. Land Wranglers, 6. Milk Cap, 7. Okay, so Milk Cap, you're the 7th. San Diego, Milk Cap. I'm gonna keep track of you here. What you have to do is take some notes. So what you need to do is you need to contact my assistant Gillian, and you got to write her an email, Gilian@ruralvacantland.com. I'm typing it out so you can cut and paste it, get the spelling right. Not that I always spell everything right, but you know. Yeah, so thank you, Milk Cap. Thanks everybody on there. So email Gilian, and I want to know your information, contact information, because I'm going to send you, eventually as this whole thing works, I'm going to send you money, right? So I got to be able to send you money. And you know, if you don't want it, if you don't want to win it, you don't want to be involved, whatever, that's fine too. I'll just end up keeping it all. So if you don't give me good contact information, I can't find you. I can't get you the money. That's just too bad, because in the past, like giving land away, I had numerous people that didn't want it or didn't trade it in and wanted something else. I was just trying to give it away and be nice and easy about it. But I think this, as it goes full circle, will turn into money, and I think it'll be a lot easier to give money away, and the education of how this works along the way. I think that education instills trust to allow more people to be willing to buy the properties that we've got on the website of ruralvacantland.com. There's a bunch of them there to choose from. They're beautiful properties. Now you see how we get them and the work that we go through to get the cheapest ones in the area. It's not that easy to get the cheapest ones in the area, or else everybody would be doing it. And I think it takes a thick skin of a lot of people getting pissed off at me to do it, but we ferret out the best of them. And the people that want the money, they really want the money, and they're like crying happy to get the money to sell their properties, and it's deal after deal after deal. Those are the ones that show up on the website, and that's what it's all about. And so getting more people involved, and we'll keep carrying it through. Pamela Jackson says, "You're doing a good job, Luke." Thanks, guys. Yeah, so thanks, guys. If you have questions, comments, and everything else, let me know. And as these deals keep coming in, and I'm moving on them, I'm like acting on them to go take them down, I'll be calling the guys that paid for them or won them, and keep them updated along the way as best I can. So I'm going to get off this call. I'm going to go work on some taxes, and the kids, I think, will go crazy in the background here once I get off, and they'll be happy to get out of the house. Thanks. Talk to you later. See you next week, 9 a.m. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.